and welcome back to Kentucky Route Zero TV Edition. So we just finished up Act 3, and now we are heading into this little interlude here and there along the Echo. Let's check it out. Here and there along the Echo. I like big, bold, chunky fonts. All right, let me just write that number down. Oh, but I'm curious. Is that the phone number that was in the back of that brochure? The one that had the tourist attractions? I think it is, but let's dial it. Oh, cool. All right. Hold. This is hard because it doesn't it doesn't go necessarily to the number that you're trying to get it to go to. Interesting.
Hello. You have dialed into Here and There Along the Echo, a guide to the Echo River for drifters and pilgrims. This guide is a public service provided by the Bureau of Secret Tourism.
Okay. Weird.
Resources, press 1. If you have an extension to dial, press 9. For more information about our organization, press 3. If you don't remember dialing this number at all, press 5. To hear these options again, press 0.
What happens if I press 5? I'm just curious.
So, you don't remember dialing this number. You just sort of woke up with the phone pressed to your ear, ringing on the other end. Or maybe you thought you dialed a different number, but your digits betrayed you. Or there's a faulty connection somewhere out there in that spiderweb lattice of phone cords that covers all of creation. It must be kind of a nice feeling, really. It's like you and I just bumped into each other in the street or a little cafe. Say, next time you meet a stranger, call us back at extension 7864 and hand them the phone. We'd love to get to know them.
All right, extension 7864.
Welcome home. For historical sites along the Echo River, press 1. For a guide to the river's flora and fauna, press 2. For help identifying an unfamiliar sound, press 3. If you're holding a snake right now, press 4. To hear these options again, press 0.
Okay, I gotta press 4.
So, you're probably not in any danger, but why are you holding that snake? If you're involved in an exchange of some kind, press 1. If holding the snake is part of your spiritual practice, press 2. If you don't remember why you're holding the snake, press 3. To return to the main menu, press 0.
I don't remember.
Okay. What's the last thing you remember? Please describe your memory in as much detail as you are able, paying particular attention to any smells and sounds you may recall. Were you breathing through your mouth or your nose? What did the air taste like? And so on. Feel free to call again with extension 1618 and tell us the whole story. All right.
Whoa.
Let's roll up our sleeves and get to work on this here snake situation. What you're going for is a kind of gestural conversation. Don't worry. I'll lead you two through it. Give that snake a name and look her right in the eyes and say her name. I'm going to go with Delia for the purpose of demonstration, but you pick a suitable name. Try to follow along with me here to the best of your ability.
I will try.
Delia, take it easy now. What if all of this is just a reflection of a reflection? Now hold the silence while she processes that metaphysical curveball. Okay, what's Delia up to now? If she's staring right back at you, press 1. If she's wriggling around, press 2. And if she's just kind of limp, press 3. Yikes! Okay, slowly, slowly. Lean in like you're gonna kiss her. You really gotta make an impression here.
Uh-oh.
It is crucial. Maintain eye contact to the best of your ability.
No, this sounds bad.
Your face is just an inch from Delia's. Let out a slow, gentle sigh. Let your breath warm up that frosty snake blood, you know? Gently. All right, where are we at? If the snake is breathing heavily, press 1. If she's curled around your forearm, press 2. If her tongue is extended, press 3. You just point your tongue right back at her. If hers moves left, yours moves right.
Oh, God.
Maintain eye contact so she knows you're not making fun of her. There you go. Delia should be in a kind of a calm, thoughtful state now, so you can move on. So, put that snake in some grass or something. Let Delia be free, like a snake should. And go ahead and wash your hands if you care to. I would.
Wow, okay.
For historical sites along the Echo River.
This is so interesting.
For a guide to the river's flora and fauna.
All right, let's look for historical sites. But for a second, all right, I had to turn my headset up. Let's go for the shush.
Now, if you're dialed into this here informational resource, then you're a certain kind of beachcombing, bat-calling sightseer. So let's take a driftwood inventory. For a diver's guide to underwater islands, press 1. For forgotten places, press 2. For restless places, press 3. For what little we know of the iron pariah, press 4. For food and drink recommendations, press 5. To return to the main menu, press 6. To hear these options again, press 0.
Let's just go down the line.
Perhaps it's the violent displacement of natural gases. Perhaps the river tilts to face the moon, slowly changing the angle of its surface over time. Some sailors blame corked rocks. Whatever the geological explanation, the islands of the Echo River are mostly transient, rising and diving on some inscrutable schedule. The following islands are presently underwater. Island number 8192. Island of interfering tones. Ted's Island. Nelson's Island. Island of ringing. This list is current as of now. For a diver's guide to underwater islands.
Got that. On to 2.
For secret tourism, forgotten places are the vital spark. Take no pictures here, nor souvenirs. Write no travelogues. We will discuss these places now in vague and qualified descriptions. For the town with no roads to it, press 1. For the silo of late reflections, press 2. For the monument to something that we don't remember what it is, press 3.
Okay.
There is a town which has its own roads, but which no other roads connect to. They send and receive mail. There is a school, and so on. But what I want to tell you about now is the horses. There are horses living wild in this town. I forget how they got there.
Whoa.
They don't stay in stalls. They sleep outside. They walk through the town, on the streets, or on the sidewalks, and the people of the town think of them as elegant, wordless neighbors.
So that's this town, right, that we're visiting.
Islands, press 1. For the silo of late reflections, press 2. There is a silo so tall and strange that it can take years for an echoing word to bounce from bottom to top and then bottom again. If you wait patiently, you may overhear the conversations of earlier visitors. I once had an argument there with a dear friend, but I forget what it was about, and we haven't spoken since. Maybe I'll go find out someday. For a diver's guide to
That's interesting.
islands, press.
This is just going to be a listening episode, I guess, guys, because I'm really deeply invested in the lore of this game. So
Places are the monument to something that we don't remember what it is. Press 3. I suppose it must have been an important event if we felt we needed to commemorate it. The monument looks like it was a lot of work to put together. I wonder if it was a happy occasion, something we were celebrating and didn't want to let go of, or if instead it was something so horrible that we never wanted to forget it, for fear that we'd accidentally do it again. There isn't a plaque or anything. I guess we didn't think we'd need one. For a diver's guide to underwater islands, press 1. For forgotten places, press 2. For restless places, press 3 of the island. For the cluttered place, press 1. For the flooding place, press 2. For a list of the places where people can't sleep, press 3.
I know one of them is the Museum of Dwellings.
4. There is a place always cluttered by debris floating along the water. Otherwise, it's unremarkable. In fact, the only way to find it is to notice that there happens to be more trash there than anywhere else around. I wonder why that is. For the flooding place, press 2. There is a place that regularly floods. I first saw this place years ago when an acquaintance of mine, an artist, built an installation there. The work was very complicated. All of her artwork is. I remember it was made from huge piles of recycled newspapers. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to complete it before the flood came and wiped it out. The next time I passed by this place, it was full of young men and women on bicycles. They'd built a track weaving through the soggy ruins of my acquaintance's flooded artwork. The rising water level quickly made it too dangerous to ride in anymore, and many bicycles were crashed and abandoned. The last time I saw the place, it had been repurposed to store handmade pottery earmarked for sale out of state. By the time I arrived, there was just a pile of ceramic fragments dashed by floodwaters against rusting bicycles and gray pulp. I've heard recently that this place has been reclaimed again. Surely this time, things will be different. For a diver's guide.
That's interesting because the Bureau is called the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces.
For a list of the places where people can't sleep, press 3. People can't sleep in the wet grass or on the bridges of New Königsberg. They can't sleep anywhere near Lake Lethe because it's too large. Nobody can sleep with their toes in the river because it's too cold. People can't sleep where I sleep because I'm all knees and elbows, and anyway, there isn't enough room for both of us. I'm not sure if anyone can sleep on the deck of the Mucky Mammoth, but I'm certain they can't sleep on the trash barge because of the smell. If you have anything to add, please call us back with extension 7360.
I do. I want to add the Museum of Dwellings because they also said that people can't sleep there.
For what little we know of the Iron Pariah, press 4.
Let's do that one.
The Iron Pariah is just what she's called along the Echo River. Of course, she once had another name, but it's been scratched away, maybe out of shame? Or maybe she took a bend too sharply and left her true name on a rock. So, what else? We know she was in the war, but neither side would claim her. We don't know if anyone's aboard. She drifts along the water and commands a wide berth. Tourists, if you hope to document the Iron Pariah, I fear you will be disappointed. She has a beguiling way of vanishing from photographs. Steer to shore and let her be carried along in silence. Pilgrims, I wouldn't dare to interfere. For a diver's guide.
Okay, that was a little ominous.
1.
Can I do 5?
For food, press 1. For drink, press 2. If you plan your journey along the Echo to be a slow and thoughtful one, you will surely want to eat. It's true, and even advanced preparation can still fail you. Maybe the food you've packed will fall in the water and be spoiled. Or it could be stolen by a bat. Well, the water sustains all travelers. Catch it yourself in the river, or have something prepared for you at this place out on the lake. The restaurant is called... well, it's out on Lake Letha. It has to be out there where the water is deepest. If you go early in the morning, you might see the diver bring in his nightly haul. Weird creatures from weird depths, fish, crabs, jellies, things we don't have proper names for at this elevation. Sam and Ida's, that's the name of it. Sam dives, Ida cooks. Unique fare and uncommon conversation, to say nothing of the decor. If you do stop by, tell them I said hello, and that they're always in my thoughts and prayers. For a diver's guide to underwater islands.
So it does look like I can skip ahead. So 5 and 2 for drink.
The water is fine, but more adventurous tourists will surely be looking for stronger stuff. Move quickly along past any strangers with cheap bourbon flasks. You can get that hard times rot gut anywhere. If you're traveling by boat, you'll want the traditional seafarer's liquor. As it happens, there's a watering hole called the Rum Colony, wholly devoted to the stuff. You know, mixed with sugar and bright colors. I've heard it's excellent, but I never drink the stuff. I take my spirits clear. For a diver's guide to underwater islands, press.
I think that might be it for this menu, and then I think I can go back to the other menu, but let's just... 6.
Welcome home. For historical sites along the Echo River, press 1. For a guide to the river's flora and fauna, press 2. For different types of water, press 1. For the language of bats, press 2. For insect interactions, press 3. To return to the main menu, the Echo River is best known for its plentiful waters. Not their volume, but their diversity. There's surface water, deep water, big water, and small water. water that moves quickly. Slower water. Water in a cup. There's the water you know about, the water you don't know about, and the water you only assume exists due to indirect evidence, like a rumbling sound behind the rock. Cool water, but also warm, and even warmer. Water that gets things clean, water that only makes things dirtier, water's both soft and hard. Water in living bodies. If you come across any other kind of water, be very careful. Call us back and dial extension 0464 just to be safe. For different types of water, press 1. For the language of bats, press 2. Many find learning the language of bats to be intimidating, but it's really pretty straightforward. The most difficult part is getting your ultrasonic pronunciation right. See, bats have enormous, complex ears. For us, it's more of a struggle. Here, let's try some useful phrases. Repeat after me so you can practice your pronunciation. Here's how you say, I don't know where I am. Okay, here's how you could ask, haven't we met before?
Somebody like tapping on it.
Great. And here's how you say, sorry, I must have left it in the boat. Now, a very useful phrase. It's a shame we didn't record that. Every conversation has to end. So here's how to say, I will write that down in case I forget it later. For different types of water, press 1.
Wow. Okay, I don't know why that made me laugh.
2. For insect interactions, press 3. If you stop your boat somewhere cool, you may find yourself swarmed by insects. You may swat at them or cover your face, thinking they're all trying to bite you or buzz in your ear. But these insects are more interested in each other than they are in you. In fact, they've already forgotten you. They're back to chasing each other, breeding, competing over resources. Their minds are so shallow that while you've been standing there with your hands raised to your face, they've begun to think of you as part of the landscape, a funny-looking rock. This is what they sound like.
Okay, so how many of you have been put to sleep at this point? I don't know if that's going to stop. And this is the kind of game where I don't want to try to stop it prematurely. Oh, that's cool. It actually does switch. You know what? I don't remember what flash was on the phone. I remember not all phones had it, and now I don't remember what it did. If you remember, fellow oldiekins, let me know in the comments what flash does on these old phones. I don't want to hang up because what if he gives me another extension? Because if you think I'm not calling those extensions, oh, you don't know me very well, do you? There we go.
For different types of water, press 1. To return to the main menu, press 5. Welcome home. For help identifying an unfamiliar sound, press 3. These options. For a catalog of subterranean birdsong, press 1. For help identifying something that's happening in the dark, press 2. If you are hearing organ music, press 3.
Interesting.
To return to the main menu, now I'll play you several recordings of Echo River birdsong. When you hear a song you want to know more about, just press 1. At any time, you can press 5 to stop.
Okay.
You've got a gray-beaked grouse there, not my favorite bird. That's a morning hummingbird, so named because they bury their dead. That's just a pigeon. I believe that's a painted avocet. If you catch him, you can make a nice pigment from his feathers. The peat-breathed riverbill. Keep an eye on that one. They make their nests out of stolen jewelry. The lonesome teal. Ugly, spiteful little thing. That's the American gritpiper. Huh? I thought they were extinct. The rock sparrow. Don't feed him. He'll come back with friends.
Okay, and then there's the one that he told me about already.
Gray-beaked grouse there.
All right, nice. Nice. Okay, so 5 to stop.
For help identifying something that's happening in the dark, press 2.
This one's really creepy, like help identifying something happening in the dark. Also, it's funny that the bird call that he said was from an ugly, nasty, mean little thing or whatever it was he said. I thought that was one of the prettiest bird calls, but anyway, 2.
The wet, rocky contours of the Echo River make for sometimes baffling reverberations that turn mundane sounds into weird, rattling symphonies. Like that. It can be a challenge to pick through the clamor and recognize even something as simple as water dropping in a metal bucket, especially in the dark. Here are some examples. When you hear a sound you want to know more about, just press 1. At any time, you can press 5 to stop.
Got it.
And that was a canoe tipping over from several miles away. That was someone burning a phone book. That was someone tearing up an electric bill. That was a phone ringing underwater. That was a motorboat's propeller failing. That was dirt being thrown on the lid of a coffin.
Oh my God, I guessed that.
And that was a canoe tipping over.
All right, so we've gone through all of those. 5.
If you are hearing organ music, press 3. Lucky you. Does it sound like this?
Okay.
Press 1 if that's the music you're hearing. Otherwise, press 2. It's nice though, isn't it? Let's listen to it again.
No! 5. 5. Stop. I'm curious what'll happen if I say yes.
Press 1 if that's the music you're hearing. Otherwise, press 2. In that case, I don't know where it's coming from. It's nice though. Let's listen to it again.
No! Okay. No. I want to be able to call back to do the thing with the extensions. Okay, fine. So where to? I could use a taco or something. I'm starving. Okay, so we're back to Bob, Emily, and Ben. I had all that jerky. There's supposed to be a sort of flooding cave nearby. I could get into that. We can grab some coffee at a gas station on the way. Think they charge admission? I'll spot you. It's probably free, though. You're an angel. Cool. Ready to go? Let's just take a minute. Nice. Thank you, game. All right, so I'm going to dial the extensions, and then I'll end this episode.
For a menu of our resources, press 1. If you have an extension to dial, press 9. For more information about our organization, press 3. If you don't remember dialing this number at all, press 5. To hear these options again.
Okay, I think we didn't do 3, but if we did, it doesn't matter. I'll just hang up, redial, and then jump straight to the extensions.
The Bureau of secret tourism is supported by a generous population of river creatures whom I fix up and grill as necessary. I am environmentally minded, and I believe all creatures are equally deserving of support in their transition to the next world. So I usually try to sing a little elegy like, small water creature, crab or frog. Now you know that sleep is all around us, like a muggy, tranquil fog. Something like that. It's easier to come up with these songs when I'm hungry in a sort of transcendental fasting state, but I've actually just had breakfast. A debt of gratitude is also owed to the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces, who unselfishly and unknowingly donates this here telephone line for the purpose of this here informational resource. You can always find the latest secret tourism literature in any of our unmarked kiosks or any other old place it happens to lay. That's all I have to say about that. Hey, do me a favor. When you get a chance, call us back at extension 1928. You can press 0 now to go back to the main menu.
Okay, so back to the main menu we go. I will say this part is the first part of the game that I find a little bit annoying because I don't like the fact that you can't push a button to go back to this main menu so that you can go straight to dialing extensions. So I've got the 5 extensions. I've got one extension where they said call and give it to a stranger. I've got another where it says to tell them the story. Another where I report places you can't sleep. Another about other waters. So let's do the other waters one first.
Found some weird water, huh? All right. We'd better catalog it. Hold the phone up to it for a bit, and we'll record it for later analysis. Press 0 when you're done.
See, right here, it's not like to go back to the main menu. I can't do it. So I have to hang up. And then because I hang up, it asks me if I'm ready to go. And then I have to say, no, I'm not ready to go. And then I have to do this again and I have to hit redial again. I don't know if this was intended because so far in this game, they've been skirting the line between something that would be tedious if it were executed poorly, but it was executed so well that it ends up just being really endearing and inventive and cool. This feels like it's teetering over that edge into it just being tedious. You know, I sat here and spent all this time listening to all the menus. Allow me to just quickly dial the extension. So a part of me is wondering if this was not intended because everything else has been so perfectly well done throughout the game, you know? But fine. I guess I'll just do it. I mean, at least you don't have to sit through it. Only I have to. I'll cut it out for you. Okay, 7360.
All right then. Tell us why you can't sleep. When you're finished, press the 0 button.
I'm personally not having trouble sleeping, but I talked to some people at the Museum of Dwellings, and they said they can't sleep there for whatever reason. So a big bird named Julian has to pick up all their dwellings and bring them to the forest at night so they can sleep. That's all I wanted to report. Goodbye.
Welcome home.
All right, let's do the story one. So 1618.
Something else shook loose. Well, how vivid is it? I mean, can you really smell it? Are you sweating it out now? Are your hands all damp? And when you brush your hair out of your eyes, it just tastes like... Listen, if your hands are damp, press 1. If your feet are damp in your socks, press 2. If you don't feel particularly damp anywhere, press 3. Oh, everyone has a damp spot somewhere in their body or mind. That's what lets us sort of squish a little when we try to remember something. Muddy the details, right? Even if it's just that wet blood sloshing around in there. Your soggy heart, right? Let's hear all about it. When you're finished explaining yourself, press the 0 button.
Well, now I have to hit 1 and 2 to see what he says differently for those. Well, not really, because I didn't do that for the snake. Maybe you guys can do that if you're playing this game yourself. All right, this one I'm going to do the one where it says to dial it and then give the phone to a stranger.
Hello, stranger. What's the first thing you remember? When you're finished remembering, press the 0 button.
That's it. So we're at the last one where he says just call with this extension as a favor.
I just want to listen to the wind blow. Or even better, television static. Can you tune your TV to a dead station and let the static play into the phone?
Sure.
When you're finished, press the 0 button. Thanks.
How was that, buddy? So I think that was everything. Cool. We are ready to go, and I am ready to end this episode. Okay, well, that was that. That was really interesting. I swear, I love these interludes. I like the fact that I'm pretty sure, well, maybe not, because I was going to say all of them have had to do with Bob and Emily, but the entertainment didn't. That was at the bar, but that did have to do with Junebug. So all of the interludes at least have involved the side characters, while the main acts have just been like the main characters, and yet everybody is still intertwined. And I really, really love that. But this whole game, it's so cleverly executed and so well thought out. I can't gush about it anymore. So I'm just gonna stop gushing about it. And if you're just gonna stop gushing about it, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Support me on Patreon at the $1 tier or higher. And I'll be back very soon with another episode of Kentucky Route Zero.